Chapter 3 is probably my favorite chapter in Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's also the most irritating for casual exploration in the main town the chapter focuses on, since it restricts you from committing any crimes, and straight up bans the player from opening up the weapon wheel and admiring your beautiful custom weapons. It also pisses me off when I open up the provisions wheel to smoke a cigarette or something, and the game flashes that annoying ass pop-up. Like, I know game, I wasn't beating my shit while the dialogue played. I don't need a reminder every 5 seconds. But today, I'm gonna try to figure out if it's possible to get the lowest possible honor in Chapter 3 Rhodes, when you aren't meant to be doing anything like that at all. So first things first, I had to get to Chapter 3, doing a fairly normal Red Dead 2 playthrough, and having pretty average honor by the time I got to the mission that transitions into Chapter 3. So me and John did some incredibly engaging sheep wrangling, and I got into a shootout with Leviticus Cornwall's men alongside Dutch and Strauss, although the only thing he did was cop a bullet to the thigh and force the boys to push him on a cart while I covered them. The other guys booked it out of there, and I made my way back home to find Hosea complaining that the gang of thieving killers were thieving and killing, and Dutch told me and Charles to scope out a location for a potential new camp. Turns out the place was absolute dog shit, but we found a German family whose father was kidnapped, and I tracked him to a riverside clearing where his kidnappers tried to give us a third nostril. We take them all out, and I ride the guy back to his family while Charles gets the rest of the gang to start moving our shit here, starting Chapter 3. So my main plan was to get a Gatling gun wagon into town to use on the innocent people of Rhodes. Jesus Christ. And I remember in one of my old playthroughs getting jumped by some Lemoyne raiders with a Gatling wagon, and one of them saying something like, "That's the bastard who shot off Shady Belle," or something like that. So I played up until the mission with Lenny, and went to the location where that random event was supposedly likely to happen. And sure enough, it happened. So I took the wagon into town and went to work. So after around 10 minutes of straight murder, I noticed the honor meter wasn't moving at all. So I left and returned 24 hours later to do the encounter with the gunsmith's kidnapping victim. This encounter lets me draw and shoot my gun in the gun shop, which I used to kill a bunch of the townsfolk. And still, the meter wasn't moving. So I spent like 10 minutes running people over with my horse, and it still wasn't moving. So maybe this might just be a me thing, maybe my game is bricked, I don't know. But I think it might genuinely be impossible to get the lowest possible honor here. Odds are, it's just a thing with the game's scripting, but feel free to try this out for yourself. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.